Hey, it's Ruth Marquise, your favorite realtor. Welcome to the Ruth and Relationship Show. I am your host, Ruth Marquise, your favorite realtor, aka your favorite credit specialist, aka your love negotiator. I help men and women relate, get into quality relationships that lead to quality families, that lead to quality communities, that leave quality legacies. Let's build. Today's topic is single motherhood really the reason why men won't get married? Is single motherhood really the reason why men won't get married? Before I get into the single mother thing, okay, make sure you tell a friend, share the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just subscribe. All right, so single motherhood, right? Let me give you some statistics about marriage. If you're on here, say hi. If you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay. Let's check out Facebook. They didn't even know I was coming. I just jumped up and what? I'm here. What's up? All right. So here we go. Did you know, according to the American Community Survey, did you know that 86% of women will be married at least once by the age of 45? 86% of women will be married. Women in general will be married by the age of 45. Did you know that 83% of men will be married at least one time by the age of 45? So 86 for the women, 83 for the men. That's in general. Now, from Black people, 68%, 68% of Black people will be married by the age of 45. 68%. A lot more than you thought? What do you think? 71% will be married by the age of 50. So 70% of you guys out there will be married by the age of 50. So what questions come to your mind when you hear this? Because my question is 86, 68. Why are Black people taking so long to get married? And then you just jump. By the time you get 45, now you in a damn panic. Why did it sharply go up? Right? By the time you 45 to 50, now y'all thinking about getting married. Why is it in the Black community that we have to get married so late? Don't do like me. I got married too early, okay? Too early. I was 19 when I got married. Don't be like me. But 45? How you gonna get married after you can have kids? You see how backwards that is? The whole point, the most of the point, right? Be fruitful and multiply. Having kids in a two-parent household. This is where we got to say, you know what? I did things ass backwards. Excuse my language today. I did it backwards. And I've been worshiping too. But it's true. It gets you so frustrated. It gets you so mad. Like, why are we like this? Everybody's like, well, you should wait to get married. Okay, so when's the right age? Oh, in your 30s. Okay, 30s? Y'all don't think. First of all, let me tell you something about my mindset when I was a kid. You know, like when you back in the day when you was in high school, it was like you didn't need valedictorian as a Black young girl. You was like, I got out of high school and I wasn't a teenage mother, right? Yo, I just got a revelation. Teenage motherhood was what we were fighting. We had no idea that single motherhood was going to punch us in the eye as soon as we hit 20. As soon as we hit 25. You're still a baby. You can't pay bills. You don't like paying bills. Y'all can be 45 and don't like paying bills. Y'all can be 85 and not like paying bills. Nobody like paying bills, especially not women. We don't. It's real. So, why do we have to wait so long? This is basically the blueprint. The blueprint right now is we say, I want to wait to get married. And then we play in our 20s. We out with the girls. We doing our thing, right? We getting all the men. You're pulling all the men. I'm not in this category, by the way, because I was married. My butt was home married. What I can say, I never had a hot girl summer in my life. Right? So, doesn't mean I'm perfect. However, we are waiting too long to get married. We are waiting to get our ducks in a row. What ducks? I'm waiting for the ducks. I'm waiting for the ducks. I'm the realtor, y'all. Realtor, by the way. PA in Delaware. New Jersey. I'm getting my picture right now. New Jersey coming soon. I'm waiting for the ducks. I've been making videos since 2017. I'm waiting for the ducks to align. They're not aligning for some of us. Some of us, y'all good. If you're either a woman, there's two categories of women. You're either making a lot of money and you're still not you're not married, so you don't have that partnership. You can make a lot of money and still don't like working. Okay? You can make a lot of money and still don't like no woman likes working from sun up to sundown. Today my car broke down. Oh lordy. Oh lordy. I'm not used to this. But it was my fault though. Always my fault. You know it's all your fault. Nobody. True. It's the second time the same dang old problem happened to me. But this time I didn't start it. Okay. My axle almost broke. That John was the you know how you have a little sound and start getting the tire almost came off. So I got it fixed though, thank God. And due to, male power, they was about to get me for 500 extra, no, 800 extra dollars, right? And that is the benefit. Remember, I told y'all to watch the video, How to Value a Good Man. Y'all didn't listen. Well, when you value a good man, you save yourself a lot of money at the mechanics, okay? So sometimes the move ain't, oh, he paid for it. Sometimes the move is do this, do that, and then the negotiation move is it. I was like, ooh, that was a good play. I'm not gonna tell you because you need to go get your own man to go find out. All right. So I ain't say none of that. Just Men in Black, forget that. All right. 90% will marry by 70. 90% of Black people marry by 70. Y'all is waiting. There's men out there, and it's mostly the men. 60s not married. I know. 60s and still not married. Okay. Eventually they settle down. They find somebody to settle down with. 90%. It takes us to 70 to get to 90%. But white people get to 90% by the 90% mark in the marriage rate by age 55. We are 15 years behind in marriage. It so this whole thing was made up white people, black people. It was a race, right? It's a race. Race is like who's gonna win and all of that stuff, and how are we gonna sabotage the other side to lose? One way you can at least strengthen your own is by stop being so behind in certain things. 15 years. 55 is a little like, listen, get married, sir. Sir, sir. Somebody. Surely somebody. Right? All right. So I'm gonna let it go. So women tend to marry young at a younger age than men, and white and Asian people tend to marry young. White and Asian people tend to marry young. All right. What you didn't know is that married people have more sex. Men, married people have more sex. I know they're saying that they're not having sex, but they're lying to you. They're having sex. Okay. It was like the percentage of people having no sex was like less than 10%. Right. So in a way, it's like when you're single and you always gotta go and do this and that, you would have to have so many girls on rotation to be like, you know what I mean? So average guys, I mean, y'all need to get married because that's the only way. Like, the 20%, the top 20% of guys is getting all the girls, regardless of age, right? So if you in that 80% of the men, that the women are just like, ah, right? You're gonna need to get married, sir. It's probably for you. This one's for you. I don't know what song that is, but it is. All right. So just to let y'all know. Oh wait, let me show you the graph. Show you the graph. Let me show you the graph. I got the sticks. The statistics. Oh no, I got a graph for you. All right, graph. Let me look at this thing myself. All right, as you can see, around when you're 18 to 34, it says frequency of sex by age and marital status. All right, so people that have never married, when they're between 18 to 34, when they're married, they have more sex. They have sex about 2 to 3 times per week. That's like every other day, almost, right? Almost every other day. 20 when you're 18 to 34, never married, 24%. Okay. Um, four times, four or more times a week. They holding up pretty good. You see, married people. Actually, I thought this was a small circle, but actually, this circle is pretty big. Okay, this circle is pretty big because it's the same as 10 and 11% is dang near the same. For the people that want to have sex 4 times a week are having sex 4 times a week because it's the same, married and never married. You see what I'm saying? So the sex is the same or better. Look, same, better. The 2 to 3 times a week. Weekly, it's better married. Two 2 3 times a month is better married. Um, Once per month is better married than versus never married. Once or twice in life. Wait, why would you be married? Wait, once or twice what? A year? Okay, once or twice a year is 4%. See what I'm saying? It's such a small number. But look at this. 28%, not at all, or once or twice a year. 28% versus 5% married between the not at alls and the once or twice. You're having way more sex married, guys. Now let's go to the 35 to 54. Um, 35 to 54. Let's remind ourselves what the top says. Okay, not at all. You're not 23%. So no sex, 35 to 40, 54. That is not at all. So the 35 to 54 guys, they need to get married because it's a 3% chance that you're not going to have sex at all. You're married. But there's a 23% chance that you're going to have no sex when you're not married, never married. All right. So let's go up to this back again to the top. 4 or more times a week. It's almost the same between 35 to 54. 4 plus a week is almost the same. 6% never married. That's the guys that's like, listen, I'm gonna make it happen. It don't gotta be with the same girl. All right, and then the married guys, same thing. They just found their match. The same thing. So that's the same. The married people are beating the never married people 2 to 3 times a week. I'm talking about 35 and up. 25% for the married people weekly, 13%. All right. So the married people win. 22%, 2 to 3 times a month. For 22 to 3 times a month, 22% for married, 15% for never married. Married people win. Once per month, married 14%, 13%. Married people win. The only time married people wait once or twice, I guess that's a year or in life. Yeah, that's where it's like it doesn't make sense. Why would you? It doesn't make sense to be married and then don't have sex. Like most likely, 90% you're having sex at least once a month. Okay, so all of y'all that act like married people don't have sex, never married people don't have sex. Cut it out. Only 20% of the guys is having all the sex. Okay, for real. Now, the last group, these never married people, 55 to 80, you will surely be dry, my friend. If you are never married, 55 to 80, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, 55% of y'all never, 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 not at all, not having sex at all. Okay. And then when they get older, the numbers, look, wait, hold up, wait. The circles are way bigger for the married people. Again, like a lot. Even if they're 55 to 80, when you hit it once per month. Oh, wait, I didn't mean. I, I wasn't saying hit it. Look, wait. Y'all didn't hear that, did y'all? Face it? Hilarious. All right. Now my kids gonna say that. You say hilarious a lot, mom. All right, 16. Wait, married people win. Wait. It's 0. Wait, when you're 55 and up, if you're not married, you have a 0% chance of having sex 4 times a week. But you have a 1% chance having 4 times a week. You just gotta marry a rabbit. I don't know what to tell you. Right? Now, 7%, the married people beat on the 2 to 3 times a week. Y'all 80. I'm trying to tell you. Married people win when it's weekly. Married people win when it's 2 times a month. Married people win when it's once a month. Married people win. Like that big circle is right. Like 55 to 80 is like once a month or 2 to 3 times a month. I'm saying in every category, in every circumstance, married people have more sex than single people. That's the stats. That is the general social survey. Okay. The higher sex frequencies are more common for married people in each group. Yep, this all I said. Married people win every single time. All right, so that's what I want to share with you on that one. So, my personal story is I realized as a married woman, back in the day I was married. I told you I was married from 19 to 31. I never desired to be a single mom because I was a married mom and it was, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it was hard. It wasn't because of so much married, but it's just like so many different things going on. And it's like it depends on who you're with. You can be married and have the weight of the kids on you. It's like that is your job, sis. So I was like, I can't imagine. I kept telling myself I could not imagine having the weight of the children, like every diaper, like all the things. Not to say that he never did anything, but there were seasons where he would take over. But other than that, it was like all basically on me. I was breastfeeding, so that's the reason for men to be like, the baby needs you. So I was just like, look, let me just do my thing. So it was very hard being a mother. Mind you, I had 3 in the marriage, and being a mom, and then I couldn't imagine being a single mom. But what happened was like, because I was like, yo, single moms, because I knew how hard it was being a married mom. I was like, they need to be fanned. They need to be fanned. I need to rub your feet. Okay. Single mothers was working hard because how did they pay the bills? I didn't understand how they did it. How did they pay the bills, take care of the kids, and take care of themselves? I didn't understand. But then I realized there was something worse because I thought that was like the work. Like, why would I ever want to be a single mom? Like, no, hats off to you, but I feel like I wasn't strong enough to do that. And I wasn't trying to prove I was strong either. But then, I mean, it came to a point where it's like, where am I gonna be? Am I gonna be a, a neglected abuse and like really put down mentally? So what some men don't understand is that not until you tell the next dude what's up, like what happened, you be like, dang, that's messed up. That's messed up, right? But in general, men think that they could say, some men think they could say and do whatever to a woman, it doesn't matter. Like you're doing it as if she's another man. But what you're not understanding is that she can be receptive. Like every girl is not trying to fight you. The things that you say hold weight. So it can affect certain women a certain kind of way where they're not being treated well. So I said, well, rather than me being psychologically abused, manipulated, and all that crazy stuff, how about I said that's probably worse than being a single mother. I said I'd rather just be the single mother, get out of this crazy situation, and have peace. What I want the men on the internet to stop doing is stop acting like every single woman, number one, is like a prostitute. We will just take money and just do whatever for money. That is a lie. Okay? Because if we can marry some, I would say we can marry some of y'all programs. It's not for money, child. Right? So women are not willing to do anything for money. That I heard that today and I thought that was disgusting. It may be in our nature to survive. It may be in our nature to do what we gotta do, but we don't. Every single person is not going to do it. He's talking about every woman has a price, all stuff like that. I thought that was so demeaning and degrading. Like, come on. So now you find yourself in a situation and you don't know if you can take care of yourself. And literally, I'm being told, like, you can't do this without me. You're not going to make it, all this crazy stuff. And so when I beat my chest, I'm like, I did it. I made it. Yeah, they're like, what did you do, girl? I told her, listen, I made some money on my own and I can take care of myself and my children. Okay. So I said there was something worse. I realized there was something worse than being a single mother, which is being an abused woman, right? Like literally, literally, but it wasn't all the time, so therefore you don't think that it is. So if you're in a bad situation, no matter what that bad situation is to you, every woman is different. Some women be like, oh, he never hit me, so I'm cool, right? Even the like recently I had to go through, I was just like so like proud of myself for not like I felt bad for my old self. Like, dang, you had to go through that. This person literally will embarrass you in front of a group of people behind your back. Like, that is crazy. So I said it's better to be at peace. It's better to be on your own. It's better to stand on your own 2 feet than to be manipulated at every turn for every little thing. A man could not do that. Men cannot sit and be like, I hold the purse strings and you do whatever I say and all that stuff like that. Men go crazy over that kind of stuff, but some people put up with it because they're men and they're tougher than us. But it's like us, we're not that. We're delicate, right? So but the better thing is, right, being a single mom, like versus being abused versus single mom was like neutral, and then actually being a married mom would be better. I want women to understand that being a single mom is not always cracked up to be getting child support and getting government assistance and getting food stamps and Section 8. One girl was like trying to tell me about Section 8, and I was like, I'm not against those who need it, but that cannot be my life goal. She's like, oh girl, in 10 years, I'm gonna get you in here. And I was like, in 10 years, oh, in 10 years, if I have to have Section 8, put me in the ground. Why would I plan? Why would I why would I why why would I plan to fail my way to Section 8? Like literally, if I as an adult, if I'm not paying my own bills and somebody else got to pay my own bills, is that winning? It would be a failure if it was a man. So I'm saying, like, okay, if I want equality, come on, pick a side. If I want equality as a woman, then I can't be like, well, let me go rely on such and such, and let me rely on such and such. Especially, I never knew that they kept the men out of the like if you have certain things like Section 8 or whatever kind of housing, the projects in the project that you can't have a man there. I was like, you can't have a man there. I just found that out this year. You can't have a man there? I said, oh no, can't do it. Certain things you got to not subscribe to it anymore. Whether it's whatever it is going to take you away. If some people need food stamps, whatever it is going to take you away from having the hunger and drive to fight every day. If you're going to be a single mom, that means you have to be a dad too. Dad's got to go out and kill. Dad's got to go out and hunt. Dad's got to go out and make sure they bring home the bacon. You got to be able to do that. If you know you don't got it in you to keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. There was this guy that when my car broke down, the Lyft guy was like, he made money. Like, if y'all want to make money, go drive Lyft. Right? It was doing good. He said he worked 12 hours for the last like he was in a bad situation. So some people might make more money. It's cool. But he said in the last 3 days he made like $750. I was like, that's pretty good. Like, I'm proud of you, because I'm like, bro, I tried so very hard. Keep a love alive. I said, sir, I tried to drive 12 hours. And the day one, I was fine. When I used to be an Uber driver. Day two, I was mad. By day three, I didn't like nobody. I didn't know nobody. I was like, this cannot be life. It was so miserable. I said, my body is not made for this. My back hurt. My head hurt. Like, I would make it fun and listen to music and drive, talk to the passengers and everything. But I was like, sir, I cannot do it. So I'm not impressed by your $750, sir. I can sell homes. I'm good. Right? So my point is, we're not designed to do all of these things, but we have the job when we want to become a single mother. Single mother should be temporary. It should not be something that we just stay here and I'm proud of myself for taking care of myself. And then, yes, be proud, but also say, you know what? I also want to move forward with my life. I can't be a single mom and that define me for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So I had to get a divorce, and now I'm put in the single mom category. Some men try to say divorced women are better than single mothers, but this is how I look at it. Listen, when you walk into church, you're supposed to come as you are. Whatever kind of sinner you are, whatever, that's fine. You could be a mass murderer, and God will accept you. How do I know? Hey, my friend, Paul used to kill Christians. People that love God, God chose a man that killed people that love God and made him write half the New Testament, sir. Okay? So it doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter how you got to the issue. You got the issue. Let's work on the issue. My problem is, why do we got to get stuck here at single motherhood? What is it going to get you? Y'all all celebrate when somebody get a ring. Oh my God. Oh my God. You got a ring. Oh my gosh. Right? It's like buttons. Y'all celebrate when you get the ring, so you know you want to get married. You know you want to catch the bouquet. You know you want to be a wife. It's okay to say you want to do something. It's okay to be different, right? It's okay to be different. Today I walked with a wrap around my skirt because I was like, y'all, I'm protesting my skirts. I bought this dress. I like the dress. It was cute, but y'all could have made it a little longer. I don't make the dresses, so I just wrapped that joint. It was like, man, are you going to the beach today? Right? I was like, I am not going to spend my whole day and not drop anything. I don't want my booty cheek to be out. It is what it is. You can be different. It's all right. So being different may cost you not being in with the in crowd. Who they anyway? They probably broker than what you want to be in the life, okay? It may and I was like, it's so crazy because the girls that I see, I'm like the girls that we call the party girls, they still partying. They chose partying over being married. They chose partying over settling down. And before, some of them wasn't even single moms. They just would continue. That's why I'm like, well, what age is it stop? What age do you say I want to settle down? No, he's supposed to take me the way I am, and I'm supposed to go with my girls, and I want this life and that. It's not. Where is the proof that that works? Where is the proof that that works? No proof. Where the proof? I want to know the proof because my name is Ruth. There's no proof. So until there's proof, I don't want to hear it. The cons of being a single mother. Okay? Single motherhood is not sweet. Okay? Yes, you have freedom. Okay? Yes, you have um, benefits. I remember when I was like when you're younger and you just had to get whatever and like you didn't change your name or whatever, like what happened was to get that I used to get that refund check for the babies. I was like, oh man, this is nice. Soon as I got married, I was like, oh, this sucks. They wouldn't give me no grant money. They would kept counting his income. And I'm like, he ain't giving it to me. I don't take. I started losing all these benefits. And I was like, this is hard. It's hard. A lot of people, it's like you're not incentivized to get married sometimes. The only thing you do is get those tax benefits. Like, you know, they got an upper hand or something, but it's versus married versus single mother. It's like a single mom, you losing stuff. So yeah, you some girls were saying like in the eighth grade, they're like, oh, I want to have two kids, but I don't want to get married because if I marry him, I won't get child support. This is what y'all teaching y'all kids. This is what you teaching your children. That if you get married, you don't get child support. How much do y'all think kids are? Whatever little 300, 400, I don't know, $800. Y'all not getting $800 a kid. Y'all getting like, let me tell you, they getting like $300 a kid. Okay, they get if you find getting something else, good for you. But mostly they getting $250 to $300. How can you take care of a kid off of that? Or for the like, think about it. I had a girl work in my daycare, and I was like, I'll never think like this. She was like, no, no, no. I don't want more hours because if I get too many hours, they're gonna take away my welfare. They're gonna take away my CCIS. They're gonna take away my this, my that, and I need all of those benefits. She would prefer not to work. She would prefer to. It's like we're getting paid to just stay home and do a little bit of something because they're not gonna give you the benefits if you don't go somewhere, right? Just so you can kick the babies that you have on child support to get rid of them, put them on. It was a mess. I was like, Ruth, you better never, ever, ever, ever think like her. She's messing up her opportunity for growth just so she can get today money. And it ain't even that much. Trust me. Y'all think it's a lot because y'all ain't have to work for it. But when you get more money, you just be like, what was I doing that for? And another girl was like, she had three and she was on her third and fourth kid, and she would get this and that. And I think she still lived with her mom. So she would just spend the money. She was getting like $3,000 a month. She was bragging about how much money she was getting. Until you get $3,000 a month and you live on your own, yeah, you get $3,000 a month, and then you got your mom telling you what to do and how to be a mom. That ain't cute. Fresh Adidas suit that she brought. So the benefits, the cons overtake the benefits, right? You got to be the mother and the father when you're a single mother. That means if you have a son, oh my gosh, I see it. You can so run the risk of not raising your son right. You can raise your son like he's a girl because it's all you know. I have to treat my son differently than my daughters. I have to help my son get like be up, like push him to be a man versus, you know, what the girls can do. You can't let him off the hook. You got to give him his independence. You got to give him his freedom. Wait, he's getting so bossy. He was like, don't do that. You sit down. Two, going on three. Sit down. Come on. He's like bossing kids around. But I'm like, it's hard because he's the baby. I'm like, you don't run nothing over here. So maybe we'll play a game of him telling everybody what to do one day. Like one day of the week when he get a little older, maybe we'll be able to boss the girls around. They're like, boy, little boy, if you don't sit down, he tell me like no, like instead of me when I'm trying to put him to bed, he like lay down. He gonna tell me to lay down. I was like, no, sir. All right, so it's not enough of you to go around when you're a single mom. It's not enough for you to go around when you're a single mom. So your kids are gonna suffer. Your kids are vulnerable. So what happens in the Black community when the moms are single mom The dad is not there to protect the house. The woman is uh, left vulnerable. She's left vulnerable. There's no man to protect her. So imagine she had to get up and go to work. The children are left vulnerable. That means bad things can happen to your kids when you're not around. At least the mama bird is like hovering. I don't say bird because that'd be the animal. Like no, she don't. She just throw off the branch. But you got to be around your kids to mother them, to hover over them, to be their guidance, to help them through their emotions and process and see how they're feeling. Like I'm into it. You know what I mean? Like I got to make sure they're good. So yeah, I think that we are going to have this discussion some more. Um, we just have to really think about the benefits of it and just be like, that's not worth what you lose. So now we want to talk about how the men, they don't want to date single mothers. And here's what I would say about being a step parent, okay? Because it can go either way. Your step kid can love you or hate you, okay? I have a step kid or an ex step kid that acts like I'm the scum of the earth, and I've done nothing but been good to her and been nice to her and everything. So yeah, that's a risk, okay? I ain't gonna lie, women go through it too, obviously. And I just be thinking like, well, she's done nothing for me, like nothing. I've given, and I was parenting. So the only way that works is if the parent that you help, like the person that you were with, if they can appreciate it, you're doing it for them. You're not doing it for the kid to get a thank you from the kid, to get a Mother's Day card. It never happened. To get a Father's Day card. But let's say you are with a woman with a kid, you she has to appreciate you and what you're doing for her and what you're doing for her child. Okay, because she's a package deal, they say. She appreciates you. So when she doesn't appreciate you, that's when it gets hard. But a lot of there's a lot of guys that be like, "Oh, I still like that's my daughter. That's my daughter." Though you can't tell me that's not my daughter. I raised her. I raised her. They really quick like, "That's not my stepdaughter. That's my daughter. That's my daughter." So it's very important that you understand that at since we're waiting to be married so long, women are going to either be married. So that's what the market got to get ready for all these divorced women. We're here. They're divorced, and it's not always because she was bored. That you can't say that. You can't say that. That's always the way. Some of them is if that woman is mature, baby, she ain't leave because she was bored. She ain't leave because she wanted to be on her own and go on girls trips and go take care of herself. And no, if she was mature, she left for a valid reason. So at a certain point, some guys are like, if I cut out all women who are mothers, then I would cut out a significant pool of women. So let me look this up real quick. I never looked this up. What percentage? Let's look at this single mother thing. They doing it by states. How common are single mothers? Um, 11 million single parent family. 11 million single parent families with kids under the age of 18. 80% were headed by single mothers. 4 out of 10 children are born to unwed mothers. Oh, here we go. Single mother statistics. What race has the biggest one? It says, it says, hold up. It says what race has the highest single parent rate? Among solo parents, 42% are white and 28% are black, compared to with cohabitating parents. 55% of cohabitating parents were white and 13% were black. Solo moms are more than twice as likely to be black than cohabitating moms. So this is where it is. If you're white and you're a single mom, you're more likely with that child's father. Y'all live together or you live with someone, right? Well, that's kind of weird though. Like, you live with that person. They're just not getting married, okay? So they're not the single. That's why they say solo, right? Um, that means nobody's around. That means it's just them and the kids. So at 55%, they're the whites are cohabitating parents, and 13% were black. But still, 42% of single parents were white. Okay? 28% are black. But solo moms are more than twice as likely as to be black as cohabitating moms. So white women are the biggest single mothers. White women are the biggest single mothers, but they're cohabitating. They're cohabitating. Yeah, I've been this is according to Pew Research. Yeah, I find that very, very interesting. All right, it says solo dads is 12%, 88 on the solo moms. Growing share of, okay, it's not gonna let me see. That's fine. Yeah. So here's what I'll say, and then I'm gonna close. If you are a single man and you have no children, and you prefer that she has no children, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't down a woman because she has children, right? If you want a woman with no kids, that's fine. You don't got to diss the single mother, right? Single woman with children for having kids because she chose life. You punishing her for choosing life. Okay, cool. So you should find someone who has no kids and not complain about it because y'all will wait until 70 to get married. 70. 70? 70. 70. You want to have a baby at 70? Huh? Huh? That's what you want to do? Huh? Huh? Oh my God. Anyway, so the longer you wait, so men are holding out for women that have no kids, and women are holding out for men with more money. And neither one of y'all is winning because y'all end up getting married anyway. Probably not to your first choice. You let your first choice go. Well, you never was going to get your first choice because of circumstance. Yes, you let your second choice go. You let your third choice go. You let your fourth choice go. And then fifth choice at 70, 55. Then you go ahead and let me stop messing with y'all. That's kind of hilarious. Hilarious. So yeah, single men with no kids, find your woman with no kids. You may not like her attitude, but you don't have the most to pick from because you wanted to act like every single mother put herself in that category. You're listening to this narrative that every woman went out in their 20s, acted a fool, and got pregnant by Pookie and Ray Ray, which is not true. It's just not true. You haven't dated all the women, have you? Just like y'all do to the women. Have you? How can you say all men are trash? Have you dated all men? No. So all women did not do that. Okay? All women did not do that. If that's such a standard. But it's so funny how men want to hold the past against the women when men will sleep with whatever. They're never labeled any type of hoe, whore, b, nothing, right? Nasty, nothing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that you was sleeping around. Good job, buddy. Good job. Holding it down, right? And then you want to go back and judge a woman for not even sleeping around, just having a baby. What I say, sometimes men can be judgmental and hypocritical, and that's true. And I say it with love. The same standard, they can't hold the same standard to themselves, right? But that doesn't mean they're not good people. And y'all know I'm saying this with love. Sometimes, some ways, I'm just talking about the double standard, guys. I'm just talking about the double standard. Other than that, y'all know I love the guys. I'm with y'all. But this is the reality. And the faster and the sooner that women understand that they are like this, you'll stop making decisions, because one day you're going to have a judgmental, hypocritical, gorgeous, smart, funny, intelligent man that you really, really want in your life. And you're going to have to answer to all the stuff like, oh, snap, what I do? Oh, don't mind that little kid running around. Don't mind those two or three young ones running around. Don't mind them. That was nothing. I was young. I'm ready now. I'm ready for a new slate. They're not playing with y'all. They're not playing with y'all. So young girls, if you see this, make sure that you try to keep, just keep yourself in a certain way, because you're going to get judged one day. Judgment day is coming. It's going to come from me. I love how David in the Bible said, he's like, I'd rather. He's like, his punishment was going to be like 3 years of this and 3 months of that and 3 days or whatever. He said, I'd rather take God's punishment than man's punishment, because man is going to judge me harshly. You're going to give me mercy. There's no mercy in these streets, sis. There's no mercy in these streets. Whatever you can do to get yourself in a better position to get out of being a single mother, please do it. Because you're going to do it at 45. You're going to do it. That's what the statistics say. By 45, you're going to marry somebody. Make sure before you go to your lowest option that you're not skipping past some men. There's some men we skip over. Hey, some men you skip over. You should have never skipped over that one. I'm going to sit, pause, and say lie that one. Some men you skip over, you should never have skipped over. The men that if you know that you are not a good picker, I want you to pick the opposite of what you would usually choose. I want you to take being married seriously. I want you to take, oh, I don't need it to survive. I don't need to, shut up. Like, stop. Nobody said you needed it to survive. He probably gonna make you work, sis. But y'all gonna be working as a team. Any business owner that says, hey, today I'm going to give you an assistant. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? I get somebody that works for free for me. We get to work on this together. Business people will kill for that. That's what you get when you're married. You get a partner that's not going to charge you by the hour. You get somebody that has your back. Maybe they don't always have the money to give you, but they can guide you to get you where you got to go. They can give you some information. A woman can give you information that she's learned in some scenario that you never have experienced. And then you're like, well, dang, I never thought about it that way. You just saved me money, or you just made my life easier, or you just did that. Black people got to learn how to get married earlier. It's just pride and stubbornness. It's pickiness and stupidity that's making us say, I'm waiting for this imaginary person that's never coming. That guy, that girl don't want you. I'm sorry, but they don't. Go with the people that do want you. Go with the people that do want to see you happy. Who is this person? Let me close my eyes and listen with my heart. You listen. You don't gotta like it, but it's the truth. You don't gotta like it, it's the truth. I like truth. Like, you give it to me. You're getting on my nerves right now. I'm not gonna like you until tomorrow. When I say, you know what? Because this happened to me last month and this week, where somebody said something that rubbed me the wrong way. And I was like, you know what? Let me move the person out of the picture. Let me stop getting upset. Let me move the person out of the picture. Is what they're saying going to help me? If I apply what they're saying to my life, will it help me? If I apply what they're, I had to change. I had to take my relationship seriously. Okay. People don't think I sell real estate anymore because I took my relationship seriously. I don't care. You know why? Because that was the most important thing to me. As a woman, you have to decide if your career is worth not ever having a partner or not ever having kids. As a woman, that's a no for me. It's my family first and then my career. It's always been like that. It's never not going to be like that. And part of my family that I had to fix was, listen, Ruth, you cannot continue down this path, this boss chick. I could get to $1 billion and look back and say, well, damn, I should have had a husband. I shouldn't have raised these kids by myself. Now they have a missing part of them that they could have had if I just did it another way. I'll get the husband and then I'll go for the B or the T. Right? And I can admit that. I changed my ways. So this is important to me. This matters to me. I had to come on late today because I made a commitment and I'm going to follow through on my commitment because I know it helps other people. You know what I mean? Like I have some of the things that we share, we think we don't have value. We think we don't have information that can help somebody else. I was on the phone with one of my clients earlier. We talked about, let me say, this consultation sometimes can go real left, okay? In a good way. We talked about real estate. We talked about credit. Young man came out of jail. He wanted to know, he was talking about parenting. I told him how to get his baby to sleep. I tell you, that's the biggest advice anybody can ever give me is how to get my child to sleep because it changed my whole life. Okay. So I told him how to get the baby to go to sleep. He's not used to it. He don't have nobody to guide him, to coach him. Like we need to be there for our single dads. We need to teach them how to do this thing. Naturally, a woman will be able to do it. You look, it's like you gotta teach the girls how to make like the girls be like, I gotta work every day. Oh my gosh. My daughter was so gung ho about working. She's like, they try to take her time, and I was like, you really going back to work? She's like, I just need time for myself. I was like, there you go, there you go. But the old me would have been like, you better go get it. You better go get it like you get it. Like I'm like, she's a girl. We function when we have peace and rest. We function better. We're happier. Keep beating work into us and we're going to be miserable people. Now, if you enjoy your work, if you like working, if you enjoy helping other people, that's different. But if you're like your feet are going to like you're standing on your feet for 10 hours, we're not about that life at all. We're not. So I want men to understand that yes, you may take a risk with a single mother. Oh, I was telling you about the consultation. We talked about prayer because he needed look. We talked about prayer. Um 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 or whatever. We talked about parenting, real estate, credit. So you see what I'm saying? Like supporting one another is big. So it's important that we connect and help one another out. All right. So back to single mothers. Men don't want to be a father to single moms children anymore. But here's the thing. I feel like y'all need to negotiate because I called y'all call me the love negotiator. Okay. So men want to be able to discipline their child, but to be honest, men don't discipline girls. They want to be able to discipline the boys. They want to be able to be tough with the son. If they can't be tough with the son, then they're not going to be effective. They're basically raising a girl. You understand what I'm saying? So you're going to get the final say. What I say is if you have a son then you have to let him get raised by a man. You are privileged and honored to have a man that is not tied to your kid. You know the level of, what's the opposite of selfishness, right? Now, the guys that don't want to raise another man's kid, it is kind of selfish because you could get an amazing woman who pours into your life another way, and what you have to do is be there for her. Back in the day, it was cool to, take care of, be a stepdad. Now it's not. It's like this. Oh, I don't want to be a stepdad, and listen, it's thankless job. That's true, but so is being a stepmom. But a lot of us women have to be a stepmom to your children, right? The other part I didn't say was women with children should really consider men with children. And when I say men with children, men that have their children in their lives. Men that don't have their children in their lives, I find the dynamics to be a little off. They don't understand you as much because they have a lot of freedom. Now, men that have children still have a good amount of freedom. So taking you on is going to cut into their freedom. You have to understand that. With that being said, have a level of graciousness to you. Stop acting like, oh, I'm the prize, I'm the prize, I'm the prize all the time, and be like, yo, I'm so grateful that you want to come into my life. And I'm so grateful that you want to help me raise my child. And I'm so grateful that we're doing this together, and I'm going to pour into you like you pour into me. When we hear sob stories about, I got some for you. When we hear sob stories about men, they keep talking about how they did this for that girl, how they did that for that girl, and how they did that for that girl. But we can't always say that the woman could say the same thing. That's the problem. That's the part of the accountability that we have to say. We did do a lot. Yeah, we did. But we did a lot for our, it's like when a guy is like, oh, okay, I'm staying home, but you was gonna have to pay these bills anyway. And it's like, oh, when the woman goes and says, I raised your kids though, you was gonna raise your own kids anyway. Regardless he was there or not, you are woman. Okay. Women, I say, give me my babies. Anytime my kids are somewhere, have always been like this. Anytime my kids are somewhere, y'all don't want them, bring me my babies. It's never going to be a problem to bring my. It's never a hindrance to me. They're mine. They belong to me, and I am never going to push them away. Not going to happen, right? Now if they act up, I might kick them out, but you gonna say anyway. So women have to understand that, like, sometimes us women, we don't put ourselves in that man's shoes. So we don't really understand what it's like to be a single uh, with a person that has a kid. Coming from a standpoint of somebody that I literally raised somebody's kid, it is the one of the hardest things that you would have to do if that kid does not respect you. And that kid did not respect me because the parent did not make them respect me. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's why you got to have a certain, they can do a single mom if you was a certain kind of way. I had the early in the dating game, I had a fear of, well, I have all these kids now, not due to my own fault. I thought I was going to be married forever, but life is a life. So I thought that people were not going to want to deal with me because I have 4 children. Mind you, I have 3. Like, one is going to college, one is in a freshman in high school, one is 9 years old. She's in what, 4th grade? Please don't let me get the grade wrong. I'm gonna be mad. It's 4th grade. Okay. And then one is a 3-year-old, right? But they kind of self-sufficient. They kind of self-sufficient. So, but I don't want to, I just felt like it would be a lot to take on. Only a parent will understand that. But because I come with the feminine energy or whatever it is good about me that they see, they are like, man, we don't care. It's gonna be hard for us, but we don't care, man, right? But that's the part, the work that you have to do on the inside of you to say, I may be a single mom today. That is what the world tells me. But what is God saying about me? God still says he has a plan for me. God still says he has a mission for me. What made them look at me differently is I started doing what God told me to do. I kept my relationship with God no matter what happened, no matter if I was up or down. I kept a strong relationship with God. And then I started doing the show, and then I started doing the things that God told me to do. I've all the career moves I make is because God told me to do it. Like, I don't just get up. I don't feel like I can do that now, but my main is established. See what I'm saying? So a lot of times it's like I could see women working two jobs. There's men that work two jobs, but it's endless. It's like, listen, if you can't keep yourself going off of one job, you are in trouble. You are in so much trouble. If you have two jobs and you still can't pay little things, you're in big trouble. Financially, you got to get it together. So you have to bring skills as a single mother. What can you do? Can you make money? Can you save money? Can you multiply money? What can you do as a single mother? Can you uh can do you know how to talk to a man? Can you make him feel important? Can you make him feel loved? Can you make him feel appreciated? Stop worrying about what a man is going to do for you and start worrying about what you're going to do for a man. It's nothing like two people giving to each other. There's nothing like two people being there for each other, like this if you like it. There's nothing like two people like, listen, I'm giving all I have to you, and the other person's giving all they have. A lot of times divorce happens, one person's giving. The other one's just like a cup. And that water sits there and is dead water and becomes bacteria infested, and that's it. Resentment, hatred, all of that happens because that person keeps pouring and pouring and pouring and giving and giving and giving. Because if both of them didn't want to be there, they would be divorced already. One of them want to be there, and that's not enough. You both have to work at it. So being a single mom, I don't care. Like, ma'am, $300 is not gonna. I just be laughing. I just be like, look, if you wasn't paying rent and you had to rent a Airbnb or hotel, start paying all that and adding it up, and then you'll see how much a kid can really cost you. And you be like, dang, but you saying when I was without the kid, it was this price, and now that I got the kid, it's more money. It's not really worth all of them the money they think you're getting. You think you're getting, or they think you're getting. It's really not worth it. All you got to do is figure out, like, look, I got to make way more money. What do I have to do? You got to activate that side of you so that you won't be depending on things you don't need, things that are going to keep you stuck. You know what I mean? I had to give up my food stamp card, and it was like, yo, oh god, it was almost $1,000 of food. I thought I was doing something. I thought I was doing something, yo. I was like, I'm gonna save this card, and then I'm gonna have some I'm gonna have some reserve on a card. I ended up losing the card, and I was like, I'm not applying again. And they was like, well, you can't get the money that's on the card. I was like, hmm. Everybody around me was like, the school is getting this money, and they just giving away food stamps. So, so y'all want me to keep lying and keep on this and keeping it? No, we're gonna be all right. And I got my hunger back. Being on unemployment and all that, when all that stuff was going on, it took away your drive, your killer instinct to take care of yourself and your kids. I don't want that drive to go away. As a single mom, you're gonna have to learn how to get that drive and still understand that there's somebody that was built for that. There's a man that will go out there, go slay the dragons, take care of you, love you. He may not look like Shamar Moore. He may not have cuts in his stomach. He may not make a ton of money, but he will love the mess out of you, sis. And that's honestly all we want. We want somebody that's going to love us, protect, and work. Period. What else? What else? Comment below. What else? What else? You don't got to show him off in front of everybody. He is not a purse. that is something essential. That is something you need. So if you need a man, if you want to be in your feminine, if you want to work the rest of your life, you don't need one. You right. You good. Be alone. But that's cool. So to the because I want to knock this out and I just can't. Like every time I want to just do halfway, I can't quite do it. So the guys were on this Dr. Boyce Watkins said this thing. And I really don't know what the beef is all about, honestly. I try to keep abreast, but I don't really care. I don't care. They calling him Moist Watkins. I don't like actually putting stuff that out that's negative out like that. But I don't want to like I make it a point to not listen to people that just want to say what women want to hear. But this is interesting. I thought I might point this out. He says to all black men over the age of 39, find a quality woman you can trust and treat her well. Pour into the people who love you. Family is far more valuable than random women. A man who doesn't plan for the future is at risk of dying alone. Listen, this is definitely a take on Kevin Samuels, and he did the leftover women, and men got offended. Okay, they was not trying it. They was not with the inch. Try not to get to it. They were not with the ish at all. He goes on and says a lot of men are dying alone too. It may not always be popular and cool to talk about loving the hashtag black woman, but I strongly believe that the strongest men in the community need to make this a consistent talking point, meaning he's doing his part. Honestly, if he didn't say the 39 thing, I'll tell y'all when I'm done. It doesn't mean marrying the first woman you see. It doesn't mean assuming that all black women are always queens. Some are not. It does mean honoring and understanding the importance of hashtag black family as a core and critical institutional value of our community. We can't have a bunch of 50-year-old teenagers misguiding our young men into chaos. Why? Pew, 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 pew. Shots are fired. He called the 50-year-old guys teenagers. One. He said you were misguiding young men. Two. Into chaos. Okay, y'all want to know why I'm talking about single women? I'm going to have to pause. I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to have to retract. Not retract, but go back. This is why. So Kevin Samuels is telling guys not to date single mothers. So period, it's done. You know, single mothers done. We're gonna punish the women for being single mothers. Honestly, I don't like it. But just now when I thought about it, them punishing women for not being single mothers is literally a way to fix single motherhood, to be honest with you. That's a way to fix single motherhood. I ain't gonna lie. I never thought about it like that. Maybe that's what they were doing. It was the puppet master was working. Because when the older women go back and say, well, it was, but they're not going to be self-reflective like this, but they're like, oh, because I was a single mother, nobody married me. Then the daughters are going to be like, well, dang, I'm not going to be a single mother. I want you to think about that. This is what is out there. I'm not making this up. I literally create content to fight negativity, to fight the mindset of, oh, women are this and that. Like women are like, what we started this whole men are trash thing because y'all want to pick the top 20% who are actually doing everybody and everything moving, and you're mad because they fine, they look good. Y'all going for the same guy. They got money, yeah, they got status, they got whatever. Y'all going for the same guys, and then y'all say all guys are doing this. Mind you, I just showed you the chart that guys are not even having sex. So every single time I'm doing the numbers and the research, these guys are not getting none. What are you talking about? Y'all the ones that's getting none, getting some. And men are mad that y'all getting some and they're not. So they're like, okay, after you go and get some and you're having the sexual experience that they want. Y'all the new guys, right? Girls are the new guys, right? So now y'all getting all the play. Y'all getting more tail than anything else because we don't have to try. Women don't have to try. It is walk up to you, you get tail, right? So y'all getting whatever y'all want, and then when y'all had these babies, then that's all of a sudden now you want me as a man. See what I'm saying? So that's kind of like, let me see, what's the equivalent for women? That's equivalent of they get the Instagram model, and the Instagram model cheats on them, right? Takes all his money. Now he broke, and then say, "You should take me." It's the same thing. I swear. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. That is it. That is the equivalent. Would you take him after he was broke? And the girl took his money, all his money. He had $50,000 saved. She took every last dime, left him to hang. And he's like, I used to have $50,000. And here you go say, I used to be young and childless, but now I'm not. And now you need to say, this a thing for them. It's not me. If it was for me, I wouldn't care. But some of them care. And honestly, the guys that care too much, just leave them alone. Who cares? Honestly, there's other guys out there. All right. So this is why this had to be a conversation, because these guys are like, I did not want to talk about single motherhood. I'm like, oh gosh. But it's starting to become a thing. And if you would really do your research, you'll realize that racist people set it up so that way these kind of things are happening in our community. And it's like a lot of strings being pulled. All right. Yep. So the next thing he said was, brothers, don't get caught up in the nonsense you see online. Half the dudes talking the most smack can't keep a good woman and live in their mother's basements. I think that's facts. No, I'm joking. There are good men out there, but I think that women are like not understanding how to work with the men or how to be pleasant. Make it a pleasant experience. This is literally game right here. Okay? Women. Okay? Just be pleasant. How to keep a man 101. Be pleasant. If you feel like you got anxiety, if you feel like you want to talk too much, call your girlfriend. If you feel like you got anxiety, deal with it. Call your therapist. If you feel like you want to annoy him, okay, you annoy him a little bit because we like to do that. But my point is, be pleasant. Being pleasant is going to get you so far. I swear. 50% of the problem is this, that we're not pleasant because we always stressing. We got a problem with everything that we see. We create problems sometimes, unfortunately. Yeah, we do that. It's no problem. But because we want our relationship to be perfect, we focus on the 15% that's not perfect instead of focusing on the 85% that is. That's why I say be grateful for this, be grateful for that, because that's gratitude. Gratitude is the opposite of being critical. Gratitude is the opposite of being critical. We're too critical. We get it from our parents. We get it from our mothers. We get it from our fathers. We get it from our community. We get it from how we grew up. Critical. Grandmas, aunties, uncles. That's where we get it from. On top of having kids, because honestly, some guys really don't care. They don't give a flying fuchsia if you have a kid. They just want a good woman. A good woman with a kid ain't never stopped no dude that is not selfish. I'ma say it again. A good woman with a kid ain't never stopped no good man to be with a good woman if they're not selfish. Men are saying they don't want a single mother because they don't got kids and they want to start something fresh and new. Say it that way and we will understand, but they're just like, no single mothers. We're just going to ban them. And then they still get jealous when you're like, oh, wow, she's a single mother. She keep herself together. She doing her thing. She's still going to get play. You just don't need those guys. See how the game go? When you work on yourself like you do on your job, says Jim Rohn. All right, now let me go in the comments and I'm gonna wrap this up. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so this is what I want to talk about. Okay. Oh man. All right. Let's hear from men. Let's hear from men. I'm gonna do this a lot. He says, this guy says lessons learned. Men need to discover 5 things. Number 1, his peace. Number 2, his power, what he's capable of. Number 3, his purpose in life. Number 4, find a woman that adds value. Ooh. Y'all sleep. Go ahead and sleep on Ruth and Relationship. It's okay. Sleep on my show. You can sleep on my show. That's cool. Yo, guys be telling the truth. Go back. He says, you got to find your own peace. Have you ever been with somebody that never had peace? Just leave him alone. He crazy. He always mad about something. His power, what he's capable of, that's good. His purpose in life, that's good. Find a woman that adds value. I would like to ask you, are you a woman that adds value and also marriage minded? When he says find a woman that adds value, do you think he says that the next part is going to be string her along and make her a baby mama? No. Honorable men don't do that. That's not the point. They would have married every one of their baby mamas if the baby mama didn't act up. That's on, I know what I'm talking about. Ask the men. If she didn't do XYZ, would you be with her? Yep. That means that she did something for him to say, mm-mm. He said, find a woman that adds value. Do you add value? Not vagina value. Do you add value? What are you doing to make his life better? What are you doing to make his life better? If I had $10,000 in my hand and I wanted to buy a home, I'm your favorite realtor, don't worry. And I wanted to buy a home. That house had to add value to my life. It cannot be a boarded up home. Come on, somebody. Oh, it cannot be a fixer upper like y'all do nowadays, y'all. Y'all know y'all don't like fixer uppers. Has to be ready to move in. That's so good. Ready to move in. That's what y'all want nowadays. Y'all want a ready to move in house. And it's fair because you want a man that makes 6 figures who's ready. His career is ready. Everything is built. Everything. Now, I would like my woman to come into my castle. All that I've built. But what is the woman going to add to the equation? When that man invites you to his castle, can you get him more? Do you know how to move in a way where you're multiplying his business? Do you know how to move in a way where you're making the house look better? Do you know how to move in a, or you just gonna come up and suck up air and suck up resources? You have that ability? Can you say, like, I can take almost any man that's cooperative, that's going to cooperate with me and work with me, and be like, whatever he is now, double that. Double that. I didn't say you had to work. I said double that, meaning you can inspire him. You can keep him on his game. You can keep his head in the game. What do you think a coach is? What do you think a coach is? Keeping his head in the game. I never thought about it like this. He was like, the guy was like, you know, everybody wants something like he was a football player. Like, let's say this was a football player. He is putting in all the work and being the football player and putting his life on a, like his setting up his life just to do that. And he wanted people around him. He said, "Who's going to cut the apples?" Oh, that was so good. Who's going to cut the apples? Meaning, who's going to keep me on track so I can hit my goal, so I can hit my greatness? Are you a woman that adds value? This is only one comment. Let me move on. Hit the like button or leave a comment if you're enjoying this. And it says number 5, take 1 to 4 out into the world and prosper. Yeah, don't take your wife out there. Everybody agreed. Now, back to these messages. Y'all remember that? We'll be right back. Let me make sure Facebook is good. Oh, that's good. Y'all sleep, Facebook. It's okay. I see what time y'all. I'm up tonight. Woo! All right. It says this guy says some of y'all dudes acting just like these females did when Kevin Samuel spoke the truth. He did at the end say, or of women dying alone too in the caption. Like I told these females, if it don't apply to you, then let it fly. Standing on biz talk. All right, so men got mad because we didn't get to the mad ones yet. Because he said if you're over 39, you need to find a quality woman that you can trust and treat her well. Important. I thought he was gonna pander, but he said all women are not queens. A man that is pandering is gonna say all women are queens. I would love to say every woman is a queen. But if you don't act like a queen, if you're acting like do you think the queen would be twerking at the castle gate? Listen, I was not going to show y'all this. Okay? I had to wrap this thing. Okay? It's cute. It's cute. But my point was some things are not free. Have to be earned. So you get to a point where you like, listen, girl, you got to change. All right. So he was saying that the women that was reacting, I love this whole thing because the women that the men were reacting on how the women were reacting when he said the 35 and up leftover women. He didn't call none of them leftover men. He didn't directly offend men. He says dying alone. All these men got in here mad. He says, wow, the fact this post is getting so much pushback shows how much work our community needs to do. He didn't say nothing. He said, find a good quality woman. And he said, don't die alone. I thought he was going to say some crazy stuff. When it comes to relationship, he's kind of a simp because Black people been conditioned to hate family and unity amongst each other. And then she says, yep. We need to do a lot of work. He said, we're all going to die alone. It's inevitable. Y'all see this? He says, what about the men under 39, say 29? Some not at all. Some not all. It's disturbing. Wait, did he say some men or all? No, he said to all. But he's saying family is more important than value or more valuable than random women. There's nothing wrong with saying that. I don't think he's a simp for this. Y'all might say he's a simp for something else, but he's not a simp for this. What he is a copycat. That's what he is. He's a copycat because he just copies Kevin Samuel's joint. All right, so let's hear it. Mr. Peace and Love says, hold up, can y'all see this? All right. He said, look, this good. Okay, look. I'm all on the screen like, look, read what listen. You gotta listen to the men, honey. Women, we already know what the women gonna say. I'm a woman. All right. It's disturbing that he said some, not all. It's disturbing that you can't see that and would make such generalized statements when we are moving true and exact as a man. Real women are going to naturally move to suit and would be equally loved and respected. Yes, many of our women and men are caught up in appearances and bag, the bunch of S that doesn't contribute to the well-being of our security. Then somebody says a 29-year-old man hasn't even reached his prime yet. I agree with Boyce. He said over 39, men need to look. Good point. He says over 39, or whoever this person is, men need to start recognizing this in the late 20s and 30. Quick secret, the older people get, the more their habits stay the same and don't want to change. That's a fact that you will have more and better options when you choose a partner earlier because folks are more inclined to build versus settle. I think that's wrong. The statistics say folks settle. When you're marrying late, you're eventually going to settle. That's not building. It's 55 and 65. This is 70. 70 is not building. That's settling. No? Whatever's around when you're 70 and then you're going to marry it. I'm good. What Boyce doesn't have is the facts, and statistics back this. Men make more money over their lifetime than women. Dying alone isn't bad when you have the funds to take care of, i.e., assisted living, younger wife. I'm sorry, I'm gonna laugh too hard. Boyce wants you to marry a chick with 3 and 4 kids because he did it. Ooh, y'all coming for his neck. First of all, I didn't even have that information. Oh snap! His wife had 4 kids. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I think they were divorced, and they love. Oh, let me tell you, I may not agree with everything they say, but they do love each other. That's for sure. They said weirdo. He has a beautiful family and is worth millions. Humble yourself. And learn to shut up and take advice from a real man. Uh-oh, here we go. The fact that she's saying all of it that way, ma'am, have a seat. You could have said it better. I was with it when she said until she said learn to shut up and take advice. Like, this is what I gotta do. I gotta get into the comment section. Men under 39 already have a few kids and baby mama drama. They should go fix their broken homes and not bring their baggage to any new women, especially women with no kids. This is the point where I said women with no kids, men with no kids. Y'all belong together. Who's gonna take with me up to the sun comes out? Who's gonna take with me up to the sun? Who's gonna pick your place? All right. You belong together. I'm so tired of saying. All right, now just focus on yourself. Just focus on yourself and build your empire, my brother. She will come when the time comes. This is why they 70. This is why they 70. This is why they 70 because they don't want to find a wife. But you should build your empire. That's for sure. And you said I can. This woman says I can respect this comment. I like that. See. Agreed, brother. Focusing on women is like focusing on another full-time job with all kinds of needs and expectations of being entertained. Get your kingdom strong, then pick the best. All right. Too many out there ready and willing to spend your money and time on foolishness. That's pretty good. Guys are like spending the resources that they should be investing in their business. Hold up. Let me just make sure I'm clear on this. Men are out here, okay? Men are out here spending their time and their resources with multiple women, the money that they're supposed to take to invest in their business, the money they're supposed to take to invest in themselves, the money they're supposed to take to invest in their empire, they are spending it on women, whether they like it or not. If your empire is not built, sir, if you're not 10 toes down in your empire, you don't need to do that. Because the woman will come. The respect is going to come. If you're midway building a building, don't nobody respect your building, sir. That's just the way women are. But if you close to the top, she can kind of see a little bit. She can kind of work with it a little bit. It's better. You get a better quality person. He said, I'm here for the financial issues. Wow, so many people hurting. He said, wow, the comments show so many people are hurting. Much love to all. See, that's sweet. See, I like that. I like that. That's so sweet. See, that's like a nice feminine woman. That's a feminine answer right there. I like that. When people think they can tell you what content to post on your page, wow. If you don't agree, keep scrolling. Yep. He said, Kat says, we need to try arranged marriages like we used to and some cultures still do. Marrying for love and choosing ourselves hasn't worked to progress in culture. So who gonna pick it? The parents that was single, or the single parents? Like who qualifies to arrange the marriage? Because now it's like if they had a good marriage, then they could find me I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. Relationship advice is not your lane, fam. Be you. You don't have to game in that department. How you gonna tell somebody stop talking about? First of all, this man actually is married. That's why I don't I don't listen to people that say you're not qualified, you're not qualified. This guy is married. Kevin Samuels was not married. A lot of people took advice. A lot of people learned. You can learn from people. Relax. Interesting comments. It's like a social experiment because when visiting assisted living and nursing homes, you literally see the ones that are loved and visited by loved ones and the pissy ones in the corner who don't have anyone but memories, if even they're lucky enough to have that. It's sad, but it's like, wow. He said, why do we pick 39, not 38, not 40? Yeah, it was weird because he was trying to not say 35. That's why. He says you volunteered at a poorly run facility. That doesn't prove anything. But most black men don't transition into nursing homes. We die out long before that. That's not funny, but that's funny. You're gonna say we die before we get to the nursing homes. It's not good. Do you know statistics say that a married man lives longer than a single man? A married man has a longer life. Okay. Let them do what they do. All right, let me skip that. What else? These are good comments. He said, "Nah, bro, I love our women, but they've been poisoned with something." This is it right here. This is it, and he's where West Philly. Ayo, he's a Philly boy too. Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. Y'all need to listen. Y'all need to watch comments. Y'all need to hear what men are saying. Don't hear what the men are saying and then criticize them. Take the sour part out, the bitter taste out, and look at the facts that they're saying. Look at their emotions that they're giving you. All right, here we go. Okay, it says with y'all. Okay. You poison with feminism. Yeah, it's true. Why did feminism happen? What is feminism? She said, what is feminism? We don't even know. Oh my God. Yo, most women don't really know what feminism is. They don't understand feminism. I was one of those people like, let me go look it up again. Matter of fact, I got you. I got you. Don't worry, don't worry. Don't worry. Let's look up feminism right now. And I want you to understand that. Oh, we did this already. Feminism, the first wave was fine. Women advocacy of women's rights on the basis of equality of the sexes. And it says, what is the real meaning of feminism? Belief and advocacy of the political, economic, and social equality of the sexes, expressed especially through organized activity. But there's three types of feminism: mainstream, liberal, radical, and cultural. Giving women access to male-dominated spaces, promoting equality. We don't like discrimination. Okay, we don't like it. But the problem that is happening is women start to think that they're better than men. It's all about them, and we will bat our eye and be like, "Oh, men ain't nothing." Men are trash. We're better than them. That's not what feminism started out to be. You know how something just take a troll like toll and then it gets ugly? That's what feminism the third and fourth wave look like. Um this guy said more stupid questions, American greed and capitalism. All right, he says, you know what the issue? Women have been hurt by us. They've been put all in the same category. Any chance they get, they speak negative on men. That's so true. Ladies, please stop speaking negative on men. I know somebody hurt you, but guess what? There's women out there that hurt a man, and you don't want to hear them talk about, oh, she hurt me. Y'all are nothing. Y'all a bunch of who? Y'all a bunch of this and y'all a bunch of that. You don't want to hear that. So when men hear you, look, this is what I learned. When men hear you speaking negatively about one of them, they put themselves in the man's shoes. And I'm like, well, gosh dang. You want to put yourself in a man's shoes, but you don't want to put yourself in a woman's shoes? They always take the side of the men. So men are not about you talking negative about men. So at this point, it's like, why even commit to them if they constantly think so negative? You can't be right with them. You always gotta be wrong, and that's where women are today due to society's pressures on them. My advice: live your life and leave them alone. You can buy sex. As for sex, as for love, love your kids. This is what they come down to. This is how they feeling in their heart. Toxic, incompetent men that don't lay down roots but just experience you. It's y'all. LOL. Oop, she done said y'all little problems. Men are supposed to be leaders, says somebody else. Y'all want women to be feminine and submissive, but the majority of black men don't create or have an environment that supports femininity. So what do y'all do? Complain about those women whose grannies and mamas told us not to accept anything from men and be quiet like they did. I do agree that sometimes men they don't know how to they accepting the feminine is something they have to adjust to, I should say. It's called feminine. What does your husband say about it? Uh oh. He said, "What does your husband had to say about it?" That's like feminine shade from a man. Okay, feminine shade from a man is when he says, "What does your husband have to say about it?" Knowing 9 times out of 10 you ain't got no husband. Wait. So he was talking to this star. Okay, he says black women go hard for black men, even those who have been in jail. We stuck by you all. Well, we didn't stick by all y'all. But at some point, we realized we had to step in as fathers, and I think that's where things started going left. We are the most disrespected women for some reason. It's also strange. This has called bitterness, Western feminism. Glad some of y'all woke up and saw the video where the woman in the family of a deceased husband, father at the grave, she said, "You was a good daddy. You just didn't know where home was on Friday nights." That's not love. What? Oh my god. Oh, that was a good one. He said, if you're not feminine all the time, then you're not feminine. There is no in between. That's a lie. Yeah, everybody has feminine and masculine energy. Go look at the facts. Um, well, some of you brethren are dangerous as AF. I mean, you can be feminine most of the time, especially with him, but everybody has your hormones tell you that men have feminine. They get into their own feminine energy. Men have feminine energy too. So what are you talking about? See what I'm saying? Do your homework. Well, some of you brethren are dangerous AF. We have to be protective and on guard sometimes. The homicide rate of black women goes unnoticed because majority of the time it's black men doing it. Now she's going extreme, even though it happens for sure. But that is not the reason. What does your wife have to say about it, sir? LOL. My thing is Don't put the blame on women in the same breath say it's a man's world and call yourself the leaders of the community. It's immature. That's facts. That's facts. Like you can't say, I'm a leader, I take accountability, but it's y'all fault. That's the problem. Oh girl. That is it for me. He said, my wife agrees with me, as does my mistress and side pieces. Any any more questions? And he says, single moms need not say ish. If you can't submit to the dude that knock you up, what are the chances any Negro gonna have? Yeah, he's a little. These are the type of guys. They are congratulating themselves. But baby, you pay 3 women's bills. So why are we jealous? You have a wife, a side chick, and a mistress and a side piece. And he feels like, oh, any more questions? Nobody wants you, sir, except for them 3 ladies or whoever else you sleep. But the majority of women don't want to be cheated on. So the best of the best women don't want to be cheated on. So therefore, I just don't think that you got the best. So go ahead, you can have them. That's good. Who is a single mom you're talking about? I'm not a single mother. I'm married, and the reason why I'm speaking is because I'm not blind. I see what black women are going through. You're rude, loud, wrong. Don't at me again. You tell him not to at you, sis. Really? All right. So why do other races get feminine women all the time? And it says, but instead of like I like his question. I like his question, but sometimes honestly they get this stuff from rhetoric that they heard. But it's okay. He said some other races are way more dangerous to the black woman, so stop the. I don't know what that is. I guess it's probably a cat. FBA men are not hurting FBA women in large numbers. YouTube Zaddy just shot multiple black women to death in Buffalo, but white Zaddy. But you scared to be feminine to black men. Why? Okay. So all right, guys, that's it. But my point is, so have the men. We need both on work on both sides. Black men, women outnumber us. We have more than enough options to find a woman with no kids. Or if they have kids, choose wisely. Make sure the woman didn't have kids with Pookie and Ray Ray. There's a difference with being alone and lonely. I like this comment. There's a lot of scared brothers in these comments. Much healing is needed, which is true. What we've all been hurt, but the real key is to heal and use discernment in the future and not become bitter. They calling the men bitter now. They sound bitter. They should watch the bitterness show. Yeah, men have to get healing too. That's for sure. Oh, he said black men die alone the most. No one there to care for them in the end. I personally know at least 5 friends that were abandoned, who abandoned dad died alone, and they helped him out of pity in the end. Men fear dying alone versus women. A woman will have her kids, her family, her friends to care for. She's good. And that all goes into what you did in your life. Who can you blame? If you was a good dad, why would your kids not be there? Okay? Abandoned dads, like your kids not going to be there if you abandon them. That's how that works. They're only with their mom because the mom didn't abandon them. They'd definitely be with the dad because sometimes the mom is not doing the right thing by them. So I'm done. Thank you so much for watching the Root the Relationship Show. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I appreciate you guys. So I just want to tell you guys, honestly, I'm glad I was able to touch on this topic. This is one of those topics that I really, really, really want to dig into. And I will come back on this because we need to get a solution to single motherhood. Like that really got to stop, bro. And single fatherhood too. Stop acting like single mothers are just single mothers by themselves and there's no single fathers to go with a single mother. For every single mother, don't you think it's a single father? But those guys can choose to get married. The women get left behind sometimes. Thank you so much for watching the Ruth the Relationship Show, late night edition. I did my part. I will see y'all on Monday. Thank you. I bless your family. I bless your children. I bless your marriage. What else I bless? That's it. Thank you for watching Ruth and Relationships. Ruth and Relationships. Come again, you handle it. It's the Ruth and Relationship Show. Bye.